In this video, we'll walk through a simple Python implementation to demonstrate how you can use the new Telnyx text-to-speech web streaming API to stream audio in real time from text input. In our developer documentation, you can find the sample code that we're going to walk through here. If you click here on Demo Project, it will bring you to the GitHub project, and then you can just copy this project yourself. Then the first thing you need to do is install the dependencies, and then you need to get your Telnyx API key. So if you log into the Telnyx portal, go to your account, click on API keys, and then you can create a new API key and copy that into your project. Here's an example. So you just paste your token here. Then you're pretty much ready to run the project. There are two Python files in this project. One of them is an implementation of a WebSocket client, and the other one is our test script for the streaming. Here's where you put the voice ID. You can try out different voices in the Telnyx text-to-speech playground in the portal. So if you go back to your account, go to real-time communications, click on voice. Under settings, we have our text-to-speech playground, and here you can try out different voices. So we have different providers, different models, and lots of different voices. So let's try this one out. It is cold outside. Generate speech.
It is cold outside.
Okay, I like that one. So then you copy the voice ID and go back to your code and you paste that in here. So that's actually the one that was in it by default. And then here's the name of the audio file that we're going to append each chunk of audio data to. So in this demo, we're receiving the audio chunks back live from the server, and we're just appending them in real time to this audio file. Obviously, if you're using this for a real live application, instead of this function, which is appending the data in real time, you'd want to be playing it in real time or doing something else. Then in this function, we're setting up the connection flow, and that's laid out for you here in the developer documentation. So if we look at connection flow, it explains the lifecycle we're implementing in the Python script. First, you have to establish a WebSocket connection. Then you send an initialization frame, and this has to be done right after we've established the connection. It's just a single space. Then we send the text that we want to be converted to audio. We can send this in one text frame, we can send it in multiple frames, then receive audio back from the server in multiple small chunks, and then these chunks can be streamed in real time. So the difference here, because it's live streaming, is that the server doesn't convert all the text to audio, then send it back. So there's latency. As it converts small chunks, it sends them each back as it does it. So that's what creates this really quick real-time streaming. Then when we're finished sending text, we send this empty frame to signal that we're finished, and then the connection closes. So this lays out the diagram of the client-server flow and describes the different frames that I just walked through there. But I'll show you that in the code now. This start text-to-speech function goes through that flow. So here we're establishing the connection. Then this function looks after sending the messages. So here this is our initialization text, which is a single space. Here is the text we want to be converted to audio. And this is the stop text, which is just an empty string. Then here is where we're sending it, pausing, sending the text, pausing, and then sending the stop signal to signal we're finished and to close the connection. And here is how we want to handle the events. So we're receiving audio in chunks, and we're saying append it to this audio file each time we receive a chunk. So then we'll have the full audio file that we can replay. That function is up here. Obviously, you'd replace this with something live or real time when you're implementing this yourself. Let's change the text that we want it to say. So let's say today is November 17th. It is cold. Okay. And the name of the file, let's say audio cold. Okay. So let's run this and see how it works. Okay, so you could see the streaming there. Let's scroll back up to the top. So first we establish the connection. It says it's connected to the WebSocket. Then this is our initialization frame, just a single space. This is our payload with the text we wanted to send. Today is November 17th. It is cold. And here's what we received back from the server. So this is, looks a bit funny, but this is our encoded MP3 audio. Again, it's not the final one, and it's sending these in chunks that are about 1 kilobyte, I think. Yeah, so these are all the chunks we received, and each time we received them, we were appending them to the audio file. And then finally, we should, yeah, so it said it saved the full audio to our audio file, and then is final is true. So it's the end of it, and then it disconnects from, or it ends the connection. So let's see if our audio file is there. Audio cold, MP3.
Today is November 17th. It is cold.
Okay, so it works. Great.